Welcome back to another episode of Eat.Sleep.Sixers. It's your boy Sixers fan for life. We got 215 the sports guy. We got BG. Last but not least, Jenny from the block.
How's everybody doing?
What's up, family? It's been a long time. It's been a little bit too long.
You sound a little choppy there, Pop.
Okay, so
Hey, what's up, boy?
it's definitely been a long time.
What's up, RJ? What's up, Smitty? Rick Schaefer, my boy. What's going
Damn,
on?
hold on, look. I like
You
to
see it?
I like to let it be known that mine says "Be Jizzle" with 5 exclamation points, and then Jose got 2, and then Jenny from the block and Carl just get a.
Yeah, thanks,
I get
Smitty.
a,
Thanks a lot.
I get an eye roll.
We love you
Damn
too. We could tell who you're most excited to see. I understand. Hey, Milty.
What's up,
Milt tried to beat us to the punch today. I was talking to Milt earlier, and he was like, "What you think about what you think about Nick Nurse?" And I said, "Tune in tonight. I'm not talking to you no more."
Thanks.
I said, I ain't giving you, so you ain't got to watch
Millie
the
Milt?
show.
We got Millie Milt in the building. What's going on, my boy?
RJ's got lots of F's in his book this year.
I wouldn't give it a lot. I wouldn't say we have a lot of
A
F's.
lot of F's. There'll be some poor grades, some
So-
needs improvement.
So, folks, let's get right to the mix because it's heavy stuff going on right now with the Sixers.
Carl, your audio.
Okay, give me a
It's a
second.
little robotic. Just take the headphones out and just talk through your phone.
That's what I'm about to do.
Yeah.
Y'all can hear me? I'm good to go.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
A lot better.
yeah,
A lot better. A lot better.
Okay, I like that. So, there's a lot going on with the Sixers. As you know, our new coach just got announced, had his presser. I want to know your guys' take on it. I know mine. What are your thoughts on the hiring of Nick Nurse? Did we upgrade? And what do you think he's going to do with this roster, which is unfinished right now because we don't know. We don't know what this roster going to be.
Well, let me start by saying, I like the acquisition.
Okay.
You know, I said it once, I said it 1,000 times. I have to root for this team no matter who's on it, player, personnel, whatever. You know what I mean? Did I like Doc Rivers? Not really. You know, is he going to go down the Hall of Fame? I mean, listen, people have won the Hall of Fame for less. So he's gonna go to Hall of Fame. He had a long tenure in the NBA, you know what I mean? But let's be real. His team that he won the championship was super stacked. There were a lot of Hall of Famers on that team, and they were in their prime. So they weren't over the hill. He didn't win with a team of mummies over there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but again, like that ring had a lot of rust on it. It's been a while. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, I don't feel like he did anything different than what Brett Brown was doing. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna have a good talk about
wait.
Doc Rivers later.
Let me finish.
Yeah, talk about Nick.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about Nick. But real quick, just to end the topic on Doc, I feel like it was just a copy and paste from Brett Brown. So, you know, am I looking forward to something new? Yes. But the big thing here with this coach coming in is new acquisitions. Number one, we got to get rid of some players on this team, obviously. There's some people on this roster that I feel like their expiration date is due. And I'm sure everybody can agree. You know, and will Embiid be submissive and change his game? And, you know, because a lot of people can blame the coach, but to be honest with you, I see a habit that's probably going to be hard to break unless he's willing to change his game. Otherwise, we're just going to see Embiid sitting out on the perimeter for the rest of his time here. Hopefully not. You know what I'm saying? I hope that he can say, you know, I'm willing to do what it takes to win. by any means necessary. That's what I'm looking for. That's the optimism that I feel, and we'll see. So that's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, I really hope Embiid watched, this whole Iverson saga last night. Was it last night? Anyway, because he really told a story about his relationship with his coach, right? And that was not a great relationship to begin with. But once what he kept saying is, once I, kind of let him coach me, our whole relationship changed. So I hope he, watched that. I hope he's thinking about that, and I hope he's going to let Nick Nurse coach him. But I think the Nick Nurse hire is good. I think it's hilarious in some ways because Embiid roasted him, and it was pretty funny that he's now the coach. And we've
Hilarious.
all talked about how Nick Nurse is whining at the refs and stuff. But as far as improvements go, I think he's going to make a big impact on development of young players. At least that is my hope. And I hope that he does a lot more focusing this team on defense because there's a lot of stuff that was lacking this last season defensively.
Absolutely. BG, talk to me.
Nick Nurse wasn't my number one pick, but man, am I happy. Man, am I happy to have Nick. Now, I don't care. It don't matter. They not Sixers. F them. F them. Nick Nurse, it's time for you to steer this ship to a championship, man. I think he is a very good coach. I know he does develop guys, which we haven't had in a long time. The development of young talent. He calls plays, like he actually draws stuff up. I hope that I'm definitely interested to see who he keeps from Doc Rivers' staff. Being that Doc Rivers won't be employed, a lot of those guys are still aren't going to follow him. So I'm hoping guys like Sam Cassell stick around. I don't think Yeager is going to stick around, to be honest with you, because he has aspirations to be a head coach. But I'm happy with the Nick Nurse signing. We need a coach that's going to get in the stars' ass. I don't need you screaming at Paul Reed. I don't need you screaming at Dwayne Dedman and Montrezl Harrell. I need you telling Embiid what he needs to do. I need you telling James Harden what he needs to do. I need you to tell Tyrese Maxey what he needs to do in order for this team to be successful. So I'm happy with who he is. I am a man of show and prove. So until he shows, I can't really say I'm excited about it because I don't know what he's gonna be when he's here. I know what he was in Toronto, but this is a different animal. This is Philadelphia. It's different.
Right.
It's different.
Absolutely.
We're on the other side of the border now. So I'm happy with the signing, but show and prove. I gotta see.
Did you listen to the press conference by chance?
Yeah, I'm about to touch on that.
I really did like what he had to say about his Maxey and what he sees in Maxey and where he sees Maxey can improve. I think he's really given a lot of thought to Tyrese Maxey, and I don't want to steal your thunder. Go ahead, Carl.
Well, right before you go, Carl, I just wanted to finish up one last point. You brought real quick. You brought up the fact that it's funny about Embiid and Nick Nurse's relationship before they were coaches. Y'all remember Andre Drummond and Embiid's relationship before they were teammates?
Right.
That shit don't matter no more. You a Sixer now.
There's a respect.
You a Sixer. I mean, think about what he was to Andre Drummond before Andre Drummond was a Sixer. And then when he was in the Sixers, you would have never guessed. So I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that at all.
So I want to touch on another hot topic. I obviously love the signing for a lot of different reasons. Before I touch on this topic, I think he is an underdog. I think he's cut from that type of mold, so he will fit in Philly. Being a guy from Iowa, being a D-League coach, you know what I'm saying, and catapulting himself to a championship his first year in the league. You know, this guy he's been from the ground up, and he knows how to get there. And I think he will put the fire under some players' asses to do the same. Now, I want to touch on the topic of Fred VanVleet.
Before you do that, let me. There's not gonna be no excuses for Embiid this time, man.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Embiid only had 3 coaches. You know what I'm saying? 2 of them finals, championships. There's no excuses now. It isn't put up or shut up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You can't say that you brought bum coaches around Embiid. You know what I'm saying? It sucks that Brett Brown had to endure the what he had to endure. But Doc won finals. Nick Nurse won the finals. Now it's time to play your part, Mr. MVP.
Agree. Go ahead. Who was talking, Carl?
Yeah, I basically was about to say Fred VanVleet. Everybody's screaming for him. I know he spoke fondly of being on the Sixers. Who wouldn't want to play with the coach that got him a championship? But if you really look at things and what he's asking for money wise and his contracts and what position he plays, you also look at James Harden possibly leaving here, which will leave Tyrese Maxey as your lead guard. Are you going to play Van Fleet with are you going to play him with Maxey? Is that going to happen? No. No, that's 2 6-foot guards. It's 2 6-foot
Well,
guards.
I
You're not
mean,
going to do that.
I've been doing some research on that, and he did play with Kyle Lowry. He's not exactly freaking, a giant. He's pretty small too, and they did a pretty hell of a good job cooking us. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think that we can't afford him, so I don't really give it a lot of thought.
Bottom line.
I mean, if we wasn't paying Tobias Harris all that money, we might could afford him.
Yeah, next year we can afford a lot of people. This year we're kind of stuck.
I mean, I think the rumor is kind of speaking on like a sign and trade type of deal, Harden for him type of deal. And, I just, it doesn't fit for me. Names are nice, but you got to go with fit as well. On the roster. I think if we moved James Harden at any type of sign and trade, I think you have to bring somebody in here who can guard, who has size, who can shoot. Can't bring somebody in the same size as the guard you have here that can't really defend like that, who's having problems with that because he's 6'1", 6'2", and expect to be better on defense. I don't think that happens. So
I mean, listen, man, anybody in the league can defend better than Harden. Let's keep it 100.
Yeah,
facts.
I mean that's another good point. And also I think Smitty's making a point that I made earlier about hoping that Nick Nurse, brings some defensive strength to the squad. Because everyone needs to be playing defense. And if you look at just some simple metric like rebounding, it just wasn't good enough. Bottom line, everyone was not buying in. Everyone was not doing what they were supposed to be doing. Or else like Daniel House wouldn't have had like so many games with 0 rebounds. Or Jalen McDaniels, who's freaking 6'9". Anyway,
Right.
I digress.
Anyway. So do we break out the report cards now? Is it time to break the report cards out for these folks?
I would say it is time.
Y'all know what time it is, man. End of season, report cards. We do this at the halfway point. We do this at the end of the season. We let y'all know how we, Eat.Sleep.Sixers, graded the players this year. We go from the bottom of the roster all the way to the top of the roster, which includes Doc Rivers. So I'm starting off, y'all. I'm gonna start. I usually don't start, but I'm gonna just start because this is gonna be a quick one. The most useless signing in the mid-season form by Daryl Morey, Dwayne Dedmon. When Dedmon was on the floor, I didn't hate what I saw. I had to check Jen a couple times and tell her, yo, he 33. I know he looks like he's 43, but he's 33. He's not that old. They couldn't believe it. But underused, so it was kind of a wasted signing because we never got to see maybe if he was in the rotation what would happen. So I can't give him anything. I mean, you came to class, you turned in your papers on time, but I didn't really see anything special. So I got to go with like a D for Dwayne Dedmon. Dwayne Dedmon, double D gets a D because I just didn't see anything. I don't have anything to go off of. When he was out there, he wasn't bad. He wasn't terrible, but he wasn't out there often. So yeah, I'm gonna go to D for Dwayne Dedmon. I don't got much more to elaborate about that. It was a wasted signing to me. Wasted signing.
When you already had 2 other backup bigs.
Such a waste. I hated it.
Let's just
What
say
y'all got for
that.
Dwayne? What y'all got quick for Dwayne Dedman?
I
I'm
got
with
an F.
you.
F.
I got an F.
The man didn't play enough of any meaningful minutes for me to give him anything.
I was about to say, Jose,
We got
you've
an incomplete.
in years before have given out incompletes. Don't give him an F.
I'm giving
Give
an incomplete
at least.
I'm giving
No,
an
I
incomplete.
gotta give him an F.
Damn.
Okay.
I gotta give him an F. That's it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I see what type of show it's going to be for Mr. Joselitos.
I'm gonna give him a D, man. I think when he played in those garbage minutes, he gave it his all.
That's what I'm saying.
Whatever,
When he played, it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't.
No,
That's why I
and I
can't give him an
remember
F.
being surprised. Like, I guess maybe he's not as bad as I thought he's gonna be.
Yeah, but Maury, there you go, RJ. Maury gets the F for signing Dedman.
Oh yeah, we'll have to get into
Yeah,
that.
okay. I'll change it. I'll change it. I'll change it up. I'll give him a D, and I'll give Maury the F.
Right. Thank you.
D because of what he did when he played, but at least Maury should get the F for signing him. I don't know what that signing was. All right,
we off and home. Too much on
that one could be quick. I'm sorry, that was one of mine, but I didn't even want to go long on that one. Jose is on you, dog. The young kid we drafted very, very high in the draft a couple years ago, and we still don't know who he is.
Oh wait, Jamar wants a question about why we can't. We're sorry, Jamar. We're going to do these grades, and then we will be happy to answer your question.
Oh yeah,
about doing a once-a-week podcast.
I'm with Jamar. I mean, the only thing is because I'm sorry to cut into Jose's time for Jaden Springer. The only problem is with this being the official podcast of Sixers 24/7. We don't want to come on here and only talk about everything that's going on in basketball. We are Sixers podcast, and if there's nothing going on with the Sixers week to week, it's kind of hard to have a show. I would love to talk basketball any day of the week, once a week, anytime you want, Jamar. It's just kind of hard with the off season, being that we are a Sixers podcast, not a basketball podcast, a Sixers podcast.
Right. Good point. So the next
Jose is on you for the young kid, Jaden Springer.
y'all give me all the, like, I looked at my list. Y'all give me all the corny ones.
Damn.
Yeah, I got all the corny ones, man. You feel me? All the corny ones.
You got 2 corny ones.
No, I got all 4
I don't think you got all the. You got 2 corny ones.
You got 2 good. You got 2 people that was in our rotation heavy. We all got 2 people that was in our rotation heavy.
Listen, man. You know, I don't need a Jaden Springer on my team. I need somebody that can come bring some noise. You know what I'm saying? That what he gave this team with the little bit of time that he got, I'm gonna give him a C.
I'll have to follow that grade up with a C, as in satisfactory. Because what do you expect out of this guy for not getting no type of okay from his coach? Hey, I believe in you. Hey, here's your shot. Hey,
that's what I'm saying. So if you don't get no time and you ain't doing nothing to help this team out, all we see in this man is in garbage minutes. Like, how you expect me to give him a real grade? You understand what I'm saying? Like, he can't really earn a real grade from me because of his situation. And it ain't the man's fault. I'm not blaming him. You know what I'm saying? So, I got to give him a C because that's all we got from him.
Hey, Jamar, I definitely agree with you, especially with Nick Nurse, the young player guru. I think he's going to have a breakout year.
That's why I put it on the screen, girl, because I agree with that.
This is what look. Jaden Springer brought a championship to the Delaware Blue Coats for the first time in the team's history, so that's cool. But that's not talking about him as a Sixer. And the reason I'm not talking about him as a Sixer is because he played the majority of the season with the Blue Coats, even though he was not on a 2-way contract. You hear what I'm saying? And that is a failure of Doc Rivers, who I will talk about later, and not any failure of Jaden Springer. I think effort, energy, all that he would bring to the game, and we didn't get to see it. So I'm withholding my grade and giving him an incomplete.
Okay, Jen. That's a good use of your incomplete.
I would say we never got to see him. I was upset last year, but I understood he's young. This year, I think it was time to maybe throw him to the fire every once in a while, and we just never did it. I personally feel like I don't like to compare anybody to this ugly, stinking green team, but I can see him being a Peyton Pritchard type guy for us, a better Peyton Pritchard type guy. Like his defensive intensity, his ability to play defense, he could be that guy off our bench, and Doc just refused to. Every time I have every Sixers notification come through my phone. Every day I would see Sixers, Jaden Springer called up. I said to myself, I would be so mad about Jaden Springer. Like, stop calling me, dog. Like, you're not gonna play me. Like, stop calling me. Stop calling me up. I don't want to come up no more. Y'all, I'm just coming up there to just sit on the bench. So because we didn't see him, but what I did see, again, just like Dwayne Dedman, when he did play, high energy guy, C- for me.
Okay. Next.
Another late acquisition in the season. But was a big acquisition until, damn it, he got hurt, kind of fell out the rotation, jumped back in the rotation. He was playing double dutch in the rotation. It goes to you, Jalen McDaniels. What do you got for me?
Jalen McDaniels. We acquired Jalen McDaniels somewhere in February. I believe he was part of that trade with Portland for our boy Matisse. You know, nobody was real sad about that anymore. He played 24 games as a Sixer. He averaged 6 points and like, I don't know, 3 rebounds maybe a game. Guy's 6'9". He's 6'9". Why are you averaging 3 rebounds a game? Somebody tell me that. Maybe
he's a Sixer. We don't rebound.
Maybe it's his coaching. Maybe he is just not being put in a position to his strengths. I don't really know. I know he handles the ball well. He didn't have a whole lot of turnovers. I know he's a good free throw shooter.
He actually averaged 7 points a game.
Yeah, isn't that what I said? I'm sorry. I thought I said 7 points and 3 rebounds.
You said 6. It's okay. Go ahead.
No worries. Okay, so anyway, so he's a good free throw shooter. Problem is he didn't get to the line a whole lot. Why didn't he get to the line a whole lot? Because he's not tremendously aggressive. You know, he's more of like he's not as aggressive. He's not as good a defender as I would like him to be as a power forward. You know, he's a tall guy. He's athletic. He's young. I want to see uptick on his rebounding. I want to see more. I want to see just more because he's young, right? He's like 25. Yeah. He's got a lot of room to grow.
Well, peanut butter and jelly stopped his growth here. So, I mean,
something stopped his growth, and I think it has a lot to do with a certain coach. But
Doc Rivers,
absolutely.
The barrage of minutes that peanut butter and jelly was getting,
20 minutes.
Yeah, I mean,
20 minutes is what PJ was getting.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
Doc Rivers is the reason McDaniels didn't grow with the Sixers, not no PJ Tucker. 20 minutes.
Doc's system.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
His offense, Doc's system, it did not cater to young athletic players.
No,
got to be a stand around.
It's a freaking tragedy.
What?
It's a tragedy. So, but I have to grade Jalen on what I saw, which was about a C. I'm gonna give about a C. I mean, he was average. He's got plenty of room to improve. I think he can. I think under the right coaching and being played the right way, he could definitely improve. But from what I saw in his 24 games, it's a C.
He's a free agent, right? Am I correct?
I don't know.
But because he was on our roster, we can sign him.
We got bird rights. Okay.
Yeah, we can sign him.
Okay. What's next?
No, we're not gonna go. Everybody give theirs on McDaniels first. I'll go first. I'm gonna go with Jen. I go with C, maybe a C plus. I think about those first couple games with him, and I was like, yo, we got a young guy that replaced Matisse that can do more than Matisse. I was very excited, and then he kind of was out the rotation, then back in the rotation. Then I think he broke his hand. Whatever he hurt and was out the rotation. But I look at him and I see I'm not grading him only on this, but I see the exact height, size, athleticism of everybody in Toronto. And Nick
Right.
Nurse made the best out of that type of player. I really believe that
Yeah.
this upcoming season, he can be a key piece for us. But for this season, C plus for me.
Yeah,
Right.
and I agree here with what Jamar says about him, playing scared. I definitely noticed him playing scared.
Well, I think coming to a team with championship aspirations from a team that just was like a bad team, playing with stars like Harden and B, I think he was trying to find his way on a roster that was already going already. So I think with a new coach, new system, new outlook, I think he'll be solid. But I'm going to give him a C minus for last season. A C minus. Just thought he could have did a little more. You know what I mean?
Listen, again, I gotta agree with BG. If you ain't getting enough time, then how you supposed to even showcase? So
Right.
I'm gonna give him a C. That's what he's getting from me.
Right. Right.
All right. Well, I mean, we move on quick through these early guys. I mean, guys that don't get much burn, even though we're taking a lot of time on them, surprisingly.
We want to talk. It's been a while.
It has been a while, man. We've been talking about this show for a couple of weeks now. I know all of us still was in hurt from Game 7, and we gave everybody time to heal. Everybody in 6 is 24/7. Everybody in 6 is 24/7. We gave y'all time to argue with each other and be mad at the MVP.
It shouldn't even been a Game 7. Period. Point blank. I don't even want to hear about Game 7.
I know.
Don't get Jose started again.
My heart was broken in Game 6.
I'm sorry. Carl. One of all 4 of our favorite offseason acquisitions was Dreadman. Notice I said he was our favorite off-season acquisition.
Mm-hmm.
How do we feel about what Dreadman was able to give us this year?
It's hard. When you showed me the list, when you sent the list of people who we had to talk about, I said, this because Dreadman, it's really an incomplete. It's really a puzzling. He's the most puzzling player on this roster as far as his relationship with Doc Rivers. He played under Doc. He won 6th Man of the Year under Doc. Doc brought him here and then alienated him on the bench. I understand Paul Reed won a roster spot. I get that. I understand he won backup big man. I get that. There were plenty of games there was open minutes for Dreadman to get in and wreak havoc. Shit. In the playoffs, there was plenty of opportunities, when we weren't playing with energy for a guy like him to come off the bench and insert his energy into the game. And it just one thing about Doc, once he out on you, he's out for whatever reason. Shake, Korkmaz, Dreadman, done him. So, but I give him an incomplete because he had an opportunity, man. But go ahead, that's just me.
Go ahead, Jen.
I'm giving Trez I'm giving Trez a D. I'm giving Trez a D because clearly there was something I missed that got him knocked off of that rotation. He wasn't playing great. He wasn't playing great D. He wasn't shooting great. He brought energy, and that's fantastic. But you can't just bring energy to a game. That's not enough.
Trez is that student that you give him his grade and then you pull him in the office. Hey, Trez, BG's giving you an F. But then after I give you the F, I'm going to pull you in my office and I'm going to say, Trez, I feel like you have potential. You could have been something for us. You could have been. It just wasn't for you. It didn't work out the way we wanted it to work out for you. Maybe you should move on. F for what you gave us, but damn it, I love you, man. You got to pull him in the class. That's all that matters. Pull him in the class after you give him his grade, but he get an F.
I'm gonna co-sign. I'm jumping in that canoe with BG, and I'm gonna give him an F.
Yeah.
It sucks because we saw this man on other teams make a difference. And
Right.
he came to this team and did absolutely nothing. So that's what you get for your lack of effort.
So there it is.
Was it lack of effort though?
I don't think it was lack of effort.
Lack of opportunity.
I think he just don't. He just wasn't playing well.
That was your man too, Jen. You had.
I was so excited for Trez. He was my favorite pick in the offseason.
Doc sure knows how to ruin a player, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Jose said he had nothing but duds, so I'm gonna give him his second dud. Everybody's favorite player, Jen's favorite player. She got his name tattooed on her back. Furkan Korkmaz. Jose, you got it.
Why is he still a Sixer?
Listen, Furkan Korkmaz. I'm just gonna give him his initial. He gets an F because, like, to be honest with you, we got to get him the Furk out of here. All right, we got to get him the Furk out of here. He don't Furkin belong on this team. He Furkin been here long enough. We've seen enough of him. His time has Furkin expired.
A lot of Furk bombs being dropped.
I like what you're doing over there, Jose.
Yeah, there's a lot of Furk bombs. But I gotta say.
Oh wait, I'm not done.
Okay,
do not spend a bunch of time on court. He don't deserve it. He don't. He
I'm
didn't play enough
done.
time. We've already talked about him longer than he played this year.
This man was on this team and demanded a trade like he was the best thing since sliced bread.
Yes, he did. He was Kyrie.
He demanded a trade like he was the best thing since sliced bread,
all
bro.
About that, yo.
He like, yo, y'all clearly sleeping on me.
Listen,
I clearly can average 30 points a game.
Listen,
I'm on out of here.
Korkmaz was one of the Donor brothers, number one.
He was the original.
He one of the original Donor brothers, okay? Yes, he came. He been here since 2015. This man been here for 8 years. Golly.
Joel Embiid's oldest teammate or longest teammate.
Yes. I think he was here before Embiid.
Oh, I blame.
Korkmaz came right before Embiid. Korkmaz is the oldest player on the 76ers team since the process. Are you kidding me?
All right, come on. Let's stop, yo. I can't get talking about Korkmaz.
Bro,
you know what I'm getting.
Get him the fuck out of here.
I thought it was fork. I thought it was getting the fork out.
Get him the fork out of here.
You just went straight to fuck. Huh?
No, I didn't say no. I said Furk. I didn't say.
Okay.
I said Furk. I've been doing the Furk thing the whole time.
Yeah, we know. Except for that one.
Yeah. No, I know what I said.
F. I'm not gonna go into my long monologue. Everything he said. F. I don't have nothing.
I ain't got no rap. F. We ain't
y'all know if I could give him less than an F, I absolutely would give him less than an F. That man's handle is terrible. That man cannot hold on to the ball. He's a turnover machine.
Yeah. RJ hit it right in the nose. RJ hit it right in the nose.
Remember last year? This Haslam of the Sixers. Remember last year, Korkmaz was our backup point guard when Shake went down? That was
watching him dribble used to give me hives. I remember.
When Shake got hurt, Kork was our backup point guard last year, man. Everybody gave the Fs. Everybody got the Fs.
F.
Yeah, we got
big
man. F's
capital F. Capital F for Mr. Furkan. Capital F for Mr. Furkan. I feel like I'm just going agenda. Did I give you all the mid-season acquisitions? What's up? Oh no, he wasn't mid-season acquisition.
No, he was not a mid-season acquisition.
Let's go to one of our off-season acquisitions, Daniel
House. I mean, you would think maybe he was a mid-season acquisition because he only played in 56 games, right? So he started the season pretty strong, and then like around December, Doc decided he wasn't going to play him. And the man had about 25 DNPs. Nobody knows why. And then he was getting trickles of minutes here and there, So I mean, I don't know what that is about, but I do know that his average is. Do you know what his average is? 5, 2, and 1.
He
I
just
mean,
Doc
he just
Rivers.
he just
5,
accepted his player option too.
Doc
2,
Rivers.
and 1. Well, he better, because who else is going to take 5, 2, and 1?
Right, right.
Come on. Let's go take
Come
5,
on.
2, and 1. He's not great defensively. No, he had like 46 games with not one steal, not one block.
Wait, he had no steals or blocks on the season?
46 games out of 56.
Oh my.
Mm.
Yeah.
Jen,
And
I
then
think
he only
I think you can get a block out there if you play 56.
I think I probably could,
I
man.
think you can get a block.
Man, that man played 56 games, yo.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it's crazy. So 33% from 3, which is below his standard. So, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes he's that spark we needed off the bench. Sometimes he could provide that, but other times he was just out there big dud. I don't know. I gave him a C minus, and I think that I like inflated that grade a little bit because of his game 5
Right.
performance.
Right.
Right? I mean, can't leave that out. Like that was just a breath of fresh air for all of us,
These
and
are
we
not
need more.
these are not regular season grades. These is overall season grades.
These
So
is
that game counts.
overall.
Yeah,
That
that game
counts.
definitely counted. So I mean, I love to see what a new coach can do with him, but he's with us next year. He picked up his options, so we're gonna see. We're gonna see, like it or not. Hopefully, he can get some more points, be a little better on defense, and bring all that stuff up.
Like BG said, this is not regular season grades. This is all season grades. And, I definitely want to give him a C as well. Towards the end of the season, he played well, and the playoffs. When he got his opportunity, Doc, when he got his opportunity, veterans can't get in a rhythm if they're not consistently given an opportunity. You cannot, no player really, no player, pros or not, man. You got to consistently get guys in rhythm so they can know where they come in, how they going to move. And, Doc is horrible at that. Horrible at that. Not to crap on
was
Doc.
was horrible at that. He's not a Six no more. We don't talk about him no more. We said the doctor wasn't showing up. Could nurse help me out, please? Can I just have the nurse come? Can I have the nurse come back in the room because the doctor doesn't know what's going on? All right, I ain't even gonna talk about it too much.
I'm not done yet. I didn't give him a grade. I didn't give him a grade.
I didn't give him a grade either. That's why I was going.
Oh, go ahead. My bad.
Go ahead, eat your chips.
Did
I like
any
what
of you give him a grade?
Yeah, I don't know why Jose thought everybody did it already. No, I like what I saw out of House when I saw House. When I saw House, I like what I saw out of House. So this is another guy that I'm going to say, if it's Doc Rivers grading him, he's probably giving him a D. But I realize that you only could go as far as your instructor teaches. If your teacher doesn't teach you shit,
Right.
Doc Rivers, then you're not going to learn much. You're not going to score very high in your test. But when I saw him out there, and again, playoffs matter. I like what I saw. So C plus for Daniel House. C plus.
Okay.
We haven't given out anything higher than a C plus yet, guys. Just so y'all know. That's
Yeah.
the number 3 team in the NBA this year, and we haven't given out one thing over a C plus yet.
It's Philly.
Listen, I'm gonna co-sign because BG just made a great point. This is a life experience that I had to deal with. I went to Catholic school from 1st to 8th grade, and then public school, high school, right? So in my freshman year of high school, I was in my math class, and the teacher just like for the first 2 months was just giving out papers and then not doing no lectures, no nothing, wasn't teaching us shit, right? And I'm looking at these papers, and it was stuff that I saw in 6th grade, and they was teaching us this again in 9th grade, and I wasn't used to that. You know what I mean? And I went up to the teacher, and I asked him, "Yo, why you teaching us this? I learned this in 6th grade. Like, you gonna teach me something that I'm gonna learn, or you just gonna keep giving me something that I already did 3 years ago?" He kicked me out of his class, and I ended up walking out and changing schools because of that. But to make a long story short, that was kind of like what BG said. Coach ain't teaching you nothing. He ain't putting you out there. What can you do? So C+ for me.
Gotcha.
Has Daniel House been our highest grade so far?
Yep.
That's crazy.
But did you give him a grade, Carl?
Yep.
Carl gonna be quick. Watch quick. Carl go quick. Go. What is it, Carl?
C-.
All right, man. I'm gonna go next, y'all. Anybody that's been to a Sixers game this year, they got to hear the all honorable bang bang yang.
Clang, clang.
This is gonna be quick for me. Real quick.
Jordan Yang, I really love the toughness and the lack of leadership that we have, and the lack of getting somebody face that we have. You gave us that from time to time, and I appreciated that. You embraced. If it was just about embracing the Philly mindset, you get an A. But damn it, it ain't about that. It's about basketball. Sorry, you can't guard nobody.
Right.
You're just out there.
Right.
But occasionally you had good games. Short and sweet. Jordan Yang, I'm gonna give you a C because it's an A for your personality. It's probably a D for your play. So let's put you in the middle and give you a C. You get a C from me.
Let me speak on personality, okay? Because it's fresh on my brain. Fresh on my brain.
What did I text you when he did it, Carl?
Oh my God.
What did I text you?
Listen,
Get him out the city. I don't want to play for this team ever again. Kick him out.
In the heat of the playoffs, your team trying to swing for momentum. You are on the bench. You go reach your hand out and grab the leg of a player. You get an F-, bro.
Bro, I'm a basketball player. I'm a
You
basketball player.
You can't come back from that.
You don't come back from that ever. What did I text you, Carl? Carl, what did I text you? I said, get it. I hope they kick him out the game. I hope he never play another minute for the Sixers. I don't play that. That's too much.
In the words of Godfather, you do not come to Las Vegas and talk to a man like Mo Green like that.
All right, it's my turn.
Like that.
It's my turn.
He definitely get that, Smitty. He definitely get that.
Listen. Yeah, he can't really defend nobody. But I remember a time in this team where everybody in Sixers 24/7 was really cracking on this girl K. Scott because all she kept saying was bang bang yang, right? Now hold up. Now wait. People were tired of her saying bang bang yang, right? Why were they tired of her saying bang bang yang? This man was hitting shots early on the season. This man was hitting shots. That's why people were tired of K. Scott saying bang bang yang, right? So you know who he reminds me of? Robert Covington. Robert Covington couldn't make a layup to save his life. He couldn't. Wait. Listen, let me finish. He couldn't do something right without doing something wrong right after. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that whole grab of the leg thing, you know what I mean? And he was non-existent in the playoffs.
That's the thing.
We ain't hear, even though we didn't have Kate to listen to, we didn't hear too much bang bang yangs. Even in your head, you would be like, damn, that's when Kate would say bang bang yang, right? But he was clang the entire playoffs. So with the whole clang and the grab of the leg, yeah, I'm gonna give him a D.
Bang bang.
Dun.
Yeah, he definitely gets a D for DH for me.
Yeah.
I love it.
Seriously, I mean, my goodness, man, you can't do that. That just like screwed up the whole momentum of the game, and that was a poor game, dude. You cannot do it. And plus, he's unathletic. He's a friggin' minivan. That's not I know it's a joke and everything, but he is the minivan of the NBA because he's so unathletic.
Like the
No.
Like a
minivan they use with
minivan. Like
Puma.
honestly, who here drives a minivan? Somebody please tell me y'all don't drive a minivan.
No, I
I've
want my
always said-
basketball players to be Ferraris. I don't want my
I've
basketball
always
players
said
to be
a
minivans.
person that buys that minivan, they've given up on life. The second you say, you know, I'm not saying don't have kids. You know what I mean, I got 3 of my own. I have a lot of kids, but the
Man,
second
yo,
you
it's
just say, you know what,
2023,
I'm
bro.
turning in this and I'm getting a minivan.
It's
You've
2023,
given up.
bro.
You've given up. You said
We-
life is over.
Listen, it's 2023, bro. We got SUVs. Forget a minivan, bro.
But I will say this though, before we go on to the next player, I don't mind other than that BS that he did on the bench that game. I don't mind a guy like Niang on our bench, just being there, just being on our bench, being able to just talk up guys. Like I love the personality of George Niang. I love that he gravitated to Philly very well. I think he fits on his team, just not a rotational player. That's my only gripe. I don't know if he deserves anywhere in the minutes that he was getting. 14 minutes, 18. No, I don't think he's that. But he could be somebody in this locker room.
I mean, you know, hey, you want to put him at the end of the bench? Go for it. We don't need
Let
him
him
to
be
be
what
like
I was about to
Trez
say that.
six
I was about to
friggin'
say that.
man.
I was about to say that. Please put him at the end of the bench where he can't grab anybody's leg no more.
No, not the end. The second row where Dreadman used to sit in the second row at the end of the season. He was like, man, I'm not even sitting there.
To be totally honest, for what we were paying him, you know, I think he's going to get that somewhere else. I don't think the Sixers will, you know, pay him that to be 11th or 12th man. You know, you normally
Way
get,
too much.
you know, another player to do that.
What's up, Bird? I
Fine,
see
put
you
him,
out
put
there,
him in,
Bird.
put him in the ninth
What up,
man
dude?
position. Whatever. Just don't put him in
Carl.
our top 8.
Yeah.
You ready?
We got
What,
Berg
he's
in the
making 6 mil?
building.
You ready?
He was making 6 mil? What?
No. I wasn't gonna talk about Niang. It sounded like you was ready to talk, so I was about to throw you your next player.
Throw it to me.
All right, what's up with Shake though? What you feel about Shake season? Remember, we still haven't given out anything
So
higher
here's
than
the
C+.
thing. Here's the thing.
And I don't think it's coming.
Here's the thing. When Doc came here, he mentioned 3 players over and over again in his presser that he was excited about, that he's seen in the Sixers future and being team builders. Shake was one of those guys. Somewhere in between that time.
You talking about the same? I know. I'm gonna let you speak real quick. Though I'm gonna put this in there. You talking about the same Doc that said he had 3 different rotations, right? Go ahead, keep talking.
Absolutely, that same guy, Jose. Absolutely, he's a liar. He's a liar. So, in between that time, I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was a couple bad games from Shake in a row, whatever the case may be. He got on his ish list. Heavy. He's another player. I thought, given the opportunity, BG, given a consistent opportunity, could have helped us out in the playoff. You know, Shake Milton. If he can't do anything, Shake can score the ball. With this new coach here, this new regime starting, and you know, you have a bench that's really undefined. I think you almost got to bring a Shake Milton back.
I think Shake's gonna be one of the ones that goes away, yo. I have a weird feeling.
Yeah.
I got a weird feeling.
Who stabilizes this bench then, BG?
We ain't gonna talk about that yet.
Okay.
But he's one of the ones that I really.
I'm going to give Shake an undecided. Because
undecided.
Undecided. At least either incomplete or either you give him an I for incomplete or you give him a grade.
I give him an I.
All right. I haven't used my incomplete yet, and I'm still not gonna use it. I'm gonna say, Shake, you don't do enough for us. I know everybody in this chat and everybody on the screen right now is about to curse me out, but I kept watching basketball after the Sixers lost.
Traitor.
I feel like Shake should be. Shake should be our Caleb Martin. Shake should be. Dare I say the name I vowed to never say? Shake could be our Gabe Vincent. He could be that. Why is he not
had 0
even
points last night? By the way, both of them.
like as I watch playoff games? It's so many games that I watch since the Sixers lost, and I watch role players have great games, and I say to myself, "Damn, Shake could be that for the Sixers. I called my brother the other day. I said, it's sad we don't have a Caleb Martin. I feel like Shake Martin could be our Caleb Martin, but he's not. So guess what, Shake? Every year you will never get anything higher than a D until you show me you can do better. Shake, you get a D from me. Pause.
I'm going to go with a C for Shake. I've seen a lot of good things with Shake this season, but I do keep seeing the same things with Shake season after season, and that is a reluctance to give up the ball. Once he gets that ball in his hands, he is going to find a way to shoot it. He has not met a ball he wanted to pass in his life, and that's unfortunate. But he is a good shooter, so I give him that. So safe for me.
Same player every year. I'm tired of it. It's over with. The Shake experiment is done. I give up. I've seen it. I've seen it too many times. It's the same story every year.
Let me get in here. Let me talk. Shake is in the same boat as Cork with me. Been here too long. That's it. I'm done. Not wishing bad on him. If he goes anywhere else, hopes he makes a name for himself and keeps his job and can get contracts and be able to support his family. I'm not wishing that on him. I just don't feel like he fits on this team. No matter what, I don't care if it was the coach. I don't care if he didn't get enough playing time. I saw enough of him. I saw him. Players got hurt. Shake stepped up. I saw enough of him. That's it. I'm done.
All right, let's move on.
I'm giving him a D- for all his efforts on this team.
Berg, this isn't 1 year, Berg. Berg, I get what you're saying. I know your favorite line is, well, if they only play 6 minutes and take 2 shots, what are they supposed to do? Bro, we've watched Shake do the exact same thing over and over and over again. No matter what, every year we're saying the same thing about Shake. We think he could be good, but he just hasn't shown it. It's time to move on, man. It's time to move on.
Speaking of moving on, we ain't gonna spend an hour on Shake.
All right, just so y'all know, we in the mix now.
That's what I've been waiting.
We're on the last 7 players, the main rotation, and the head coach. So everybody's favorite, one of the fan favorites. Carl is coming to you. You already know. I think I'm gonna stop giving you this guy because you tend to take too long talking about this guy. So, Paul Reed, aka B-Ball, Paul, aka Carl's little cousin. What's up?
I think he had a good year. I think Paul Reed had a good year. Was there room for improvement? Hell yeah. I think he can grow his game a little bit more past just being an energy guy. I think he could be much more than that, given the opportunity. So I'm going to have to give Paul Reed B-. I want to say I'll give him a B- this year. Just on a note, I felt like some games there were too many blah plays where he was just BG, just too many.
I was about to say that. He had a lot of plays where it felt like, did he even know he was on the NBA floor?
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying? Like, that's what it comes down to. Like, you look lost out there, my guy. You know what I'm saying? And we're just average fans. We're not scouts. We're not nothing. And we see this shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it bothers us because we just want to win. We want to win. We want to see maximum effort. Like, especially from the bench guys. Like, when you come out there, show something. Because, because like, you could sit here, blame the coaches. You could blame all this, like, non-playing time, right? But when like BG said, he's watching other NBA games. When I watch other NBA games and I see those bench players hit the court,
oh my God,
they playing 150. You know what I'm saying? We don't get that effort here in the city. I don't know. Is it me? Am I bugging? Am I nitpicking?
That's what I be saying.
Wait. Is it me? Am I nitpicking? Am I trying to, like, am I a homer? But I see different when I watch other teams. I see bench players perform. I see them come through.
And I got reasons why I think that is. But Carl, did you give your grade?
I want to hear your reason, Jen, because I have probably similar reasons. But I want to hear
She
your
didn't give
reason.
her a grade yet.
Well, my grade is basically I said it was a B minus, a
Yeah.
B minus. So Jen, how do you feel?
About Paul Reed. He's
Yes.
out the mud, man. He is out the mud. He's not going
I
back
was
in the
wondering
mud.
where that hoodie came from. I was like, yo, Jen didn't have that hoodie on.
She
I
done got
swear
her
on
out the
everything.
mud hoodie.
I was
Look at
just
her.
about to say you didn't
Yo, you
have
see
that
her
hoodie
black
on.
the screen. You see her
She
black the
definitely
screen.
blacked the
I
screen.
didn't
and
even
came
peep.
back.
I was listening to you and Carl, and then I looked down. I was like, wait, Jen didn't have that hoodie on.
She getting all creative and shit on us. Golly.
I see it.
Let me black my screen and go put on a Sixers shirt. God damn.
Black
I'm
my screen.
sorry. I love Paul Reed, and it is not just fangirling. I just think he's all in when he's in there, man. He is I will stand on this freaking rock until I die that he's the only one that will go after those rebounds consistently. He's the only guy who's getting those offensive boards consistently. He played really good ball this year, I feel. And I feel like Doc still wouldn't let him play.
Right.
Wouldn't let the man play. Still doing that nonsense.
Did him dirty
Small
in the
ball
playoffs.
5 BS in the freaking playoffs and giving Paul Reed 5 minutes. And I didn't like it. I'm going with Carl and this B minus. I like Paul Reed. I want him to stay. I hope he comes back and I hope to see where he goes.
Oh, he coming back.
I didn't like any of those other knucklehead backup centers.
Right.
We haven't gone over a C plus collectively until now. I'm going the same thing, B minus. Paul Reed, you took strides this year. Stepping into that back of role, seeing a guy like Trez come get signed and knowing that was your direct competition and you just you took it and just got better and better. Don't get me wrong, you had moments. You had WTF moments. You had a lot of WTF moments, but you had a lot more shining moments this year than in the past. And I commend you. Hats off to you, Paul Reed. You are our backup center. B minus for me. Can't go as high as a B or B plus because I still feel like you have room to grow. But when you played, man, you played with everything you had. And I love that. You could have played. I hate to bring up this conversation again because it makes me mad. You could have played for the 01 Sixers. You could have been Tyrone Hill for the 01 Sixers.
Hey, BG, what do you think? Now the Doc's gone.
Here we go. Let me get my normal. Paul Reed might play with Joel Embiid. It used to be Paul Reed will never. Now, Paul Reed might play with Joel Embiid. Might.
Listen.
I'm not gonna say for sure. RJ, I appreciate that because that's my favorite thing. Anytime somebody say, "Why not play two bigs?" Doc Rivers will never.
I just like hearing you say never.
Never. It's never going to happen.
But wait, what changed? Because he had Big Baby Davis and KG. He played them both.
He played KG and Kendrick Perkins. He went away from that.
He went away from that.
Having Embiid and a 6'6" power forward would work. That was his go-to. She back to AI. She went back to AI.
I had to get that off. It's too damn hot.
Okay.
I can't believe we took that long on Paul Reed. Did everybody give their grade? B minus,
yeah,
B minus,
everybody
B minus.
got their grade.
Jose, did you give your B?
No, I didn't. I'm gonna give him a B. I'm gonna give him a B. And the reason why I'm giving him a B is because Paul Reed 2022, 2023 was better than Paul Reed 2021, 2022.
Improvement.
I saw improvement from him. He utilized every second that he could, even though he looked lost out there sometimes. And that's, it's okay. It's okay. I'm fine with that because when the coach don't give you that much freaking minutes, you're allowed to be lost out there sometimes because you ain't used to that. Remember, listen, rinse, repeat, right? Rinse and repeat. It takes repetition to be able to get accustomed to something. Okay, and if you don't get repetition, you're not gonna get used to something. Point blank. Period. You're not gonna get good at something.
That's
Yes,
Berg. That's Berg's point right there.
you
What you're
get what I'm
saying,
trying to say.
what you're
If you
saying
don't
is
get the
what Berg is preaching.
repetition, you're not gonna get used to something.
Yeah.
So that's the only way to gain experience. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. No other way around it. And that's just the way it is. But I respect his hustle. I respect his growth. He played a lot better than last year because he was fucking. I'm sorry. He was doing some dumb stuff last year. You know, missing breakaway dunks, looking like LeBron out there, shacking the fools and all that type stuff.
This year he had his reverse down, baby.
Yeah. He did a lot better this year, and I was impressed. I ain't gonna lie. I saw growth from him, so I gotta give him props. I gotta give props. Period.
Jose, we've been on this show a while together, me and you, bro. I must say, I'm proud of you on this day. You know why? We've been through the the whole Paul Reed thing for a while now, but he's definitely made strides, man. And
no, he has.
yeah,
I'll be ignorant not to say that man ain't
All right,
trying to improve.
Come on,
All right, time to move on to the
before
next
Carl
one.
start crying.
Yeah.
You've come a long way.
It's too late. It's too late.
You don't understand. You're my
right,
boy,
come on with
Blue.
it. Come on.
All right, man. Here we go. Jose, you ended that one off. You're gonna start this one off, man. One of our offseason acquisitions are probably our biggest offseason acquisition to not be a starter in years. Somebody who was a part of the rotation and made a difference. DeAnthony Melton is yours. You said you had all duds, and I'm giving you DeAnthony Melton. I got all duds.
No, I was messing with y'all.
I
I gotta make this show good, okay? It gotta be good for TV. So listen, I'm gonna tell you something about this kid. All right, I'm glad we got him. I hope we keep him. I do not want to see this man leave. I'm sorry. He was content with his role. Probably the best defender on this Sixers team. Probably. Okay. And if he's
top three, easily top three.
If he's not, we can argue.
Yeah.
If he's not, we can argue. He came in, he represented, he did his thing. I appreciate his effort, everything that he put in. Starters went down. He stepped up. I don't want to see him gone. I'm gonna go ahead and give him a B minus. That's my highest grade of the night. I'll give him a B minus.
Paul read a B. Talk about.
Yeah. No, did I? Oh yeah. You're right. Listen. I'll give him a B minus because there was some big times. I have to say that there's some big times that he didn't show up that I wanted him to show up. But that's just me. You know, and I'm just a regular old fan. Sometimes my opinion don't matter. Sometimes I sound like I'm crazy.
You're a regular old fan. Your tagline says Sixers fan for life. You're not a regular fan.
No, but I mean, you know,
that's not regular.
I'm just being humble. Stop it. You understand? But what I'm saying is, yeah, he came in, he represented. I like the acquisition. I love the acquisition, and I hope he stays. I want to see him here again. So, yeah.
100%.
I'm gonna give him a B. I'm probably give him a solid B. I think he was put in a bad situation. He was one of those guys that just had a weird midseason. When he was coming off the bench, he did what he had to do. Then Maxey got hurt, and he started starting. And then he stayed starting when Maxey came back, and we was down on him. Let's be honest, all four of us. We couldn't believe that Melton was being so bad in the starting lineup and Maxey was being so average off the bench. And I think it was just a product of a situation where it was like, hey, when Maxey was hurt, he was doing okay. Let's keep you there. And he kind of got a bad name for a little while, small amount of time. But that matters. That matters.
It matters.
It
It matters.
definitely matters. It showed that it was the wrong decision by Doc to keep him in the starting lineup, but you were there.
Coaching.
You were getting the minutes, so you have to produce. And he didn't produce when he was
Bottom
a
line.
legitimate starter. So
That's what I'm
I
saying.
think I would have gave him a B plus, maybe even an A minus because of his role, but because of that brief moment in the season where he was very underwhelming.
Exactly.
Is why he gets a B minus.
Exactly.
Well, he's gonna get a C from me because of that. Just for the reason
it was big, Carl. That's a good reason.
Just every bench player, I don't care who it is, they dream of an opportunity, not knocking on somebody's injury, not hoping for somebody to get injured, but they're dreaming of a situation where the tide may turn and they can get an opportunity to get starters minutes. He had his opportunity.
Yeah.
He had an opportunity to take the starting spot.
Mm-hmm.
And he buckled.
He fumbled the bag. He fumbled the bag.
Yeah, he buckled. And I think part of that.
No. And let's not get it twisted, because in the beginning, it kind of showed he was playing okay in the beginning when it first happened. He wasn't playing bad.
Initially, it was okay.
No, there was listen, there was a controversy in Sixers 24/7 in the beginning.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. I'm trying to tell you, I got receipts. People were like, "Oh, Maxey needs to stay on the bench. Yeah. Anthony Melton is the real deal."
A lot of conversations about that.
And then he had a window of trash.
He had a window of trash.
No, there was a long window. Like
trash. Listen, I'm gonna tell you what it is, and I'm gonna pass it to Jen because I don't mean to be long-winded. But it takes a certain type of player. It takes a certain type of heart to take somebody's spot that you're cool with and watch them on the bench not getting their minutes. Those guys are close. I don't think he had the heart to really take Maxey's spot. I think that messed with him mentally. And it showed. When Maxey was hurt, he was averaging 15, 16, 17 as a starter? So when Maxey came back and he was able to play, he was healthy enough to play, boys started having 0 points a game, 4 points a game. That's the only other explanation I could come up with. BJ?
I'm sorry, Jen. I'm going to let you go real quick. I'm going to let you go. This has one thing to answer, Berg. 85% of the offense was through Embiid and Harden, so expectations have to be rational. It's a matter of shooting percentage and things like that. I'm not cool with that, Berg, because I feel like when you play between 16 and 24, 28 minutes, you can't not have double figures in NBA. I'm sorry. I promise you, Berg, I can score 10 if I play 28 minutes. He was scoring 4s in this window that we talking about, the bad window we talk about. He was scoring 4s and 5s and 7s. It was bad. I love Melton. I love that he came to this team, and I want to keep him. But we can't erase that window of trash that he had when he was starting. That's the only thing I'm gonna say. Go ahead, Jen.
Okay. Well, I mean, for me, with D'Anthony, okay, Trez was my favorite acquisition, right? Thinking he was going to have a great season. But when I look back on it, my favorite addition to this team this year was by far D'Anthony Melton. He'd earned that nickname, Mr. Do Something, because if he wasn't making shots, he was impacting the game in other ways. Yes. A lot of the time it was on the defensive end. He was making steals. He was always busy hands. I give him
real quick pause before you give him his grade. By the way, he made top 10 defender this season.
Yeah. So, I mean, I give him a B, and I think that even takes into account how poorly he played in the playoffs, because in the playoffs, Mr. Do Something was Mr. Pretty much do nothing, but he still did play good.
Game one. Wait. Game one.
Yeah, game one.
He had a good game. He was amazing in game one.
Yeah, you're right. So anyway, D'Anthony Melton, please stay with us here in Philadelphia. We love you, and we know that you have nothing, a tremendous upside.
His ceiling is definitely higher than his
floor. I want him
Berg,
back.
but the thing is, Berg, you saying how did he get a B when all we talking about is negatives? No, I talked about the positives. I just said that window of negatives is what dropped his grade to a B. If you take away that window, that DeAnthony Melton signing was, I led with it. Did I not lead with this was the best off-season acquisition we've had to add outside of a star? Outside of a star.
We kind of said that.
I started with that. I started with the fact that it was amazing.
His grade was based on what happened when he became a starter.
It went down because of that.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
what we're saying.
It was up outside of that window of crap. That outside of that window of crap, it was. Melton might have been my overall highest grade today.
Right.
Had we erased that window, but I can't erase that window. That window happened. That window of crap happened. So that's why I couldn't. Everybody get a grade for Melton?
Yep.
Damn. This one. Damn. We skipping over players for a split second.
Before we get to our
the last
starting
5 players will be the starting 5. Maxey, Harden, Toby, Embiid, and PJ. But before we talk about the starting 5, okay, so we at 1 hour and 15 right now. I vow that this can't go past 125. It's going to be hard for this not to go past 125. Jen gets the majority of the minutes for this. Glenn Rivers. I can't call you that other word. I can't call you the other word because we only acknowledge one of them. We only acknowledge Glenn Rivers is Jen's assignment today, and she must grade him first. Everybody in the comments, please tell us what y'all think. We can't go more than 10 minutes on this guy.
All right.
Go ahead.
All right. I wish I could say be short and sweet, but can't really go short and sweet. I mean, there's a lot of nuance to it. There were so many levels. I think that I'll start off with the positive. I thought he did some good things this year that he improved on from